Hello and welcome to the top of the slag pile. We started from the bottom, now we here. That's all you're getting today. That's it.
Oh, excellent.
That's it.
You said you're ill and you're guzzling down the red wine.
You're on the red wine, or is that a Ribena?
It's wine. It's warm wine though.
Oh, very nice.
Because the cold wine burnt my throat. Because I've existed on a diet of fruit and strepsils for the last 2 days.
Fruit is not a good thing for when you're feeling ill, is it? Is fruit a good thing for when you're ill?
What would you have instead? Just bread?
Yeah, dry toast. Dry toast.
Just bread. Rice cakes.
No.
Rice cakes and
anything
ice.
Just scratchy.
I think fruit's okay. I think fruit contains all the things that you need to not be ill.
So it just gives me the shit.
Yeah, you need all the extra vitamins.
Yeah, and they're in the fruit.
That's where you get them.
No, I just steal them from other people, take them for my own, and walk away. Now I'm drinking Guinness from a can.
I've got to sneeze.
Then do it. Do it. Sneeze now.
Just to clarify what I said there is I've got one, not I've got to sneeze. I've got a sneeze.
He's got one.
I hope you treat it well.
He's not telling you where it is.
It's in there.
Is it?
It's in there.
What are you going to do about that?
I don't know.
No, it's not meant to stay there.
I don't know what to do. It's in. It's circling round the rim.
Oh dear! Look at the light. Look at the light. Look at the light. I'm assuming it's just gone now. I'm assuming you've.
I think it's just gone. I've scared
I
it off.
didn't sign up for Erik's ASMR.
What's ASMR?
ASMR? Have you never heard? Oh my god! It's like where the people do the whispering noises into the microphone. It's like someone's whispering into your ear.
They turn the sensitivity well up high, and then they just start talking. You can hear all the disgusting clicky noises people make whilst they speak.
Is that the thing that people listen to go to sleep?
Well, some people listen to it to relax because it supposedly gives them all the tinglies on the back of the neck. But they honestly just creeps me the fuck out and just makes
that
me
sounds horrible.
I don't know what it stands for, but it's just basically getting close to a mic and chamming.
Yeah. Well, some people it's just the sound of someone typing on like a really crisp mechanical keyboard, really nicely recorded. Some people it's like someone talking into their ear, like whispering, but so like crisp and high sense that you can hear like their lips smacking together. And some people it's like people doing stuff with like big long nails on things. It's weird. No, I find them creepy. They're like talons, aren't they? So when I see people use them like when they have to deal with like a phone or a keyboord, and they
basically have to bend their fingers like back like bananas and like.
Life is just so much harder. Why do you do that? Why'd
you do it?
I don't quite understand how you can bend your fingers all the way back like that. It's like they're using the first knuckle.
Also, sometimes, like, you might have food or something on your hands. Just use your actual knuckle. It's so much easier to use your phone with your knuckle than it is to try and bend your finger back on itself and use the inside of your knuckles.
The problem is they can't do that because the nail stops them from going all that far.
I suppose because they can't actually close their hands either.
No, they can't close their hands, so they'd be like...
How do you cook?
You don't.
How do you cook messy things? How do you make bargies?
How do you get into a good old-fashioned brawl? You can't brawl with nails like that.
Poke them in the eyes and run away.
That's not a good old-fashioned brawl. I don't know what one is. I've never been in one, but yeah,
You imagine there aren't talons involved.
I don't feel like there's as many brawls anymore.
I mean, not old-fashioned ones, because...
It's a shame there's no more brawls these days.
Is it?
And like also, aren't there? I don't know.
Is anything you just said right?
or was all of it wrong?
Only 94%. But anyway,
what was the 6%? Tell me the truth now.
I don't know. I was thinking of like the mythicized brawls. Where someone just punches one person in a bar and then the whole bar gets into like a giant fight where like chairs get flung and all sorts.
Like a saloon.
Like in a saloon where one person throws a punch and then everybody immediately knows what side they're on. And starts fighting each other. Everyone knows what side they're on and what side every single other person else is on as well.
I don't think there is a side. I think it's a free-for-all.
It's like a chain of events. That's like one guy punches another guy, but then he gets knocked into that guy behind him. By the time the guy turns round, the guy who knocked into him is gone, carry on fighting. But the guy turns round, sees somebody else, thinks, it must be you. He punches him. His mate gets up, punches the other guy's mate, and it becomes just this massive confusion and brawl.
That's what I mean.
And the guy's still playing the honky-tonk.
Yeah, nothing stops him. Like, guys are getting flung into it. It's called the honky-tonk.
He just starts playing it faster. The honky-tonk is a piano that's detuned on purpose, so it gives that weird plunky-plonky sound that they have.
I didn't know that was a thing. We have one of those downstairs. I'm going to start calling it a honky-tonk instead of a piano
It's
now.
precisely detuned.
Oh.
You can't just go in there and start twiddling.
It's not just a flat piano.
Yeah, you can't just let it get out of tune and then go.
I love it when you call me Big Papa.
It's just cuddly jippos.
Good cutaway.
Would you like me to do a segment, or would you like to do a segment?
I don't really have a segment. I've got a talking point.
What the fuck? Fair enough. Do you have a talking point, by the way, Will, for this one, or are you just coming in? You're just coming in dry.
Fairly dry. I mean, I was away for the week. That was fun. But I could think of something eventful.
All right, cool. Okay. Whilst you're doing that, I'll do a segment. It's time for... I've just called it Finish the Popular Phrase, because apparently the imagination is not there. So you each have 5 phrases. Will, your phrases are idioms, sayings. So I'm going to say the first half of one, and I want you to just finish it off with whatever comes to mind. Erik, you have pop songs. If the person who is asked the question gets it wrong, I'll hand it over to person 2 for a chance to gain bonus points, because we care about those.
What do we win with all these points? Because as we all know, points make prizes.
Especially bonus points. Bonus points make bonus prizes.
They do, and I do need a boat.
Next time I see you, I won't stick my finger straight in your ear.
You know what? That's probably a worthy prize.
Yeah,
That's a good prize. I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, right now it's on the table for one of you, and that's only because you asked as well. So this is your fault that this is happening. Well done.
I'm glad. Thank you. We're playing not to lose as opposed to
yes,
win.
like
Which I'm
as we do in life, we are. Yes.
I mean, I'd say any time that Finn doesn't stick his finger right in your ear, you're a winner.
It's a pessimistic view of life, though. To people, we're all playing not to lose.
Yeah, and for as long as you two have known me, you've been winning. Because as far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, please, I have not shoved my finger directly in either of your ears.
You've not, and I'm grateful for it. And every time you haven't, I felt like a winner.
Wake up with a smile on your face. Ah,
he's still not done
it's
it.
not happened.
Yeah,
and I'm just there by a bed like this, just shaking my head. I've not done it yet.
Today.
I've not done it yet.
What happens if one of us beats you to it, though? What if we assert our dominance and probe your ear before you probe ours?
My ears aren't in the argument here. They're not under contention. I thought you were going to say.
No.
I mean, you can do it if you want. I'll probably react badly.
Oh, okay. A poor choice.
Yeah, I'll react badly, like a raccoon, or just an angry. What are the little things with the snouts?
A badger?
Yes, but not what I was thinking about.
Not a ferret?
a musculid.
A mustavid. Yes, one of them. Fuck this. Right. Okay, first one. Will, finish off this idiom. A stitch in time saves...
Saves. A stitch in time saves.
A stitch in time saves something, and it can be as many words or as few words as you want.
A fart in space? A stitch in time saves a fart in space.
Before I say what the answer is, and sort of muddy the waters of whatever Will thought the first part of that sentence meant. Will, can you explain?
I'd like to not.
So I tell you what, Erik, you say what it is, and explain, or I'll explain it, and then Will can explain what he means by a stitch in time saves a fart in space. No, you're going to explain it. Shut up! I'll put my finger in your ear. Your ear is there.
Sir.
You've displayed it because
I've displayed it.
That's right. Go on, Erik.
9.
You're very right. Yes. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
A stitch in time saves 9.
What? Saves 9 what? What is this from?
It saves 9 stitches.
There we go. It's a sewing thing. So basically, if you put the correct stitch in at the right point in time, it can save 9 stitches down the line because you planned ahead and you saw what was going to come along. Whereas a stitch in time saves a fart in space. What was that? Will? Where were you coming from with that one? Tell us.
You've got to keep your space time separate, and you've got to make sure your time is nicely stitched together. Otherwise, it can get a bit loose and you get a bit all shit coming through, and it would be a fart in space.
You get space in your time, and your time's in your space.
You don't want that. You need to keep your time nicely stitched together, because otherwise it comes a bit loose, and some other space might pop through, and you don't want that, and that would be your fart in space.
Well, Erik gets a point for that one. Question number 2. Erik, this one is for you. Please finish off the lyrics of this popular song line. I don't know, I'm barely here. You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm what?
I am. I mean, I want to say behind the fridge.
So, you want me, I want you, baby, my sugar boo. I'm behind the fridge. Because you're playing a naughty little game of hide and seek.
Excellent. Dua Lipa would be very happy.
She would.
With
That is unfortunately, that's a Dua Lipa. That's unfortunately not the right answer. Will Brown, could you tell me what the correct answer is?
I believe I'm levitating.
It is, I'm levitating, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like, that makes more sense than behind the fridge.
Oh, yeah. It's these modern song lyrics, when you actually read them out loud, they make zero sense.
It's ridiculous, and they're all half right. They're barely rhymes. They're slant rhymes at best. Will, please finish this popular idiom. Pulling an old cow out of...
Pull an old cow out of the hedge.
Pull an old cow out of the hedge. You know what? That's almost there. And to be honest, unless Erik gets any closer, I'm inclined to give you the point.
Pulling an old cow out of harm's way.
You know what? Will is closer.
I'll take the hedge. The hedge takes it.
It does. So it's actually pulling an old car out of a ditch. It means dredging up old issues, and it's an idiom from Holland. So yeah.
Oh, these aren't all just classical British ones.
A Stitch in Time is British.
A Stitch in Time is British because it's. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's the most ridiculous sounding one. Pulling an old cat out of a ditch. It doesn't sound too bad, does it?
No, it sounds reasonable.
No, I fully bought that as just an English phrase I hadn't heard before. I thought it might have been a Welsh thing from Finn.
We don't have ditches in Wales. We don't have them. They're just not there.
No.
Like where you drag them out of, sort of thing.
You've just got cattle grids everywhere.
No, it's just void.
It's just void.
It's just void. There's
The fields end.
fields end, void, hedge.
There's a void,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Well, make sure your time's well stitched together.
Or
Yeah, well,
otherwise you get all those farts coming
Like,
through between the fields.
all that space.
well then, Erik.
Mhm.
It's this popular song. You made plans and I made...
Pancakes.
I was going to say bacon. I'm glad that collectively we both think this is breakfast.
Shockingly, it's not pancakes. Do you actually know what this one is, Will?
No, I thought it was bacon.
You made plans and I made bacon. It's I made problems.
I have a
Erik's-
problem with the way that's phrased, to be honest. You don't really make problems, you cause problems. Making them is weird.
Depends.
You make pancakes, you
It
don't
depends.
cause pancakes.
It could be devising particularly crafty Sudokus.
Causing problems
Okay.
is an accidental thing, whereas making a problem is
That's
nefarious.
malicious.
It is, yeah. That's
Yeah.
That's villainous. That was Haley
the
Steinfeld
lyric-
saying, yes, you made plans and I made problems.
What a dickhead.
But
Yeah.
no points for that one. No points for that one.
No.
Next one, Will.
That's fine. Don't want to know them.
I don't want any points anyway. Cool.
Don't want the points from that.
Will, God gives nuts to the what? To the window.
Do the sweat drops down my balls? No, he doesn't give nuts to that. God gives nuts to the hungry. Why not?
Hey. He doesn't, but that's pretty fucking close. Erik, what are you saying?
Oh.
God gives nuts to the
louche.
to the loosh.
I'm
The
gonna.
louche.
What is louche?
Laissez-faire.
Oh. The flippant.
The flippant. It's not quite flippant. It's like a chilled out flippant.
The louche.
All right, what did you say again, Will?
To the hungry. God
Okay.
gives nuts to the hungry.
So that'd be a nice one. It's actually God gives nuts to the man with no teeth. Talk about
Again, that's just cruel.
just
very
talking
cruel.
about the irony of life. But I'm going to give you a point for that, Will, because I'm at the moment I want to stick a finger in Eric's ear.
I'm not sure I agree with that. Like, the sentiment is completely different.
Yes, but it's not loosh.
No, it's not louche, but I'd say...
I devised
people
this
would-
game.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to take issue, devise your own game and force everyone else to play.
I played your bullshit ethics round last time. You can at least adhere to this, which I'm doing properly.
Didn't you win that?
Yes.
But God giving nuts to the hungry is the opposite of him giving nuts
Hey,
to those
the hungry
without
people
teeth.
probably also have no teeth. Well, no, not probably, but might also have no teeth while they're hungry. There's no frubes to be had, just nuts.
There's no,
But
that's an old reference. There's no fruits to be had. God, I fucking love the fruits. Sorry.
Speaking of Erik, what about this one? Loving him is like trying to change your mind once you're already what?
France isn't as nice as people think.
I want that inserted into whatever song that is, just in your indifferent tone, right over the top of it, as like an advert for France. That would be an advert for Belgium, sorry.
Okay, so that's the closest so far, isn't it? Go on, Will. Have you got any ideas?
I have no idea what this is, but it's going to be some horrible, like, shitty rhyme, so it's going to be like, once you're already blind or something.
Okay, cool. You're really wrong. I'm not going to give anyone the point there because neither of you were close. And like I said, it's my game, my rules. I don't care what you think, Eric. Apparently, this is T Swizzle saying loving him is like trying to change your mind once you're already flying through the free fall.
Oh,
To me, makes no sense no matter which way you're swinging it.
Has it been translated from like French or something?
What, Taylor Swift? No.
Oh,
is that
Taylor
who that
Swift.
is?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, what? That's Taylor. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm greatly disappointed in it.
Will, finish off this one. Don't look a gift horse.
In the mouth.
Hey, there we go.
He's got one.
I thought that'd be too easy, that one, actually, yeah. What does it mean?
Don't, go asking too many questions about good things that happen.
I mean, you're pretty much there. Stop finding issues with shit, you idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fixate.
Just
too
leave
much
it,
on
Terry.
Cool. I'll tell you what. The scoreboard as it stands is not what I expected. But we'll crack on because we have to. Eric.
Oh.
This is depressing for everyone, really, isn't it? It started under neon lights and then it all got dark. I only know what.
Where one of my shoes is.
Give him the point. Give him the point now. Perfect.
I only know where one of them is. The other one could be fucking anywhere. Will, do you know the real one?
No, can you give me the line again, please?
Yeah, okay. It started under neon lights and then it all got dark. I only know...
Where one of the holes is.
I mean, the answer is how to go too far. So I think Will's probably closer there.
This is some weird logic.
That was Ed Sheeran. I'm gonna give...
That was Ed Sheeran?
That was Ed Sheeran.
Oh.
That was Ed Sheeran.
Wait, what was the actual full line there?
It started under neon lights and then it all got dark. I only know how to go too far.
That's weirdly rapey.
Yeah.
Will, don't throw the baby out with what?
The bathwater.
Fucking hell. I honestly didn't think you'd get that one.
I speak in a lot of, I don't know what you'd call them, semantics?
Yeah,
It's not
see,
semantics.
you having said that is the exact reason why I thought you wouldn't know any of these. Anyway.
No.
Yeah.
I speak in a lot of idioms. Is that what they are?
There we go.
That's it, yeah.
That's the one. What's semantics? Is that just how you talk?
It's like the structure of language.
Oh. I use those a lot as well. So maybe it is.
What do you use it a lot, sorry?
The semantics is that those, you know, when you see something where it goes, how to pronounce it, is the semantics like the little breakdown?
No, that's phonetic.
That's phonetic. Yeah.
I thought that they were like the specific like sounds that you make.
Syllables.
The phonetic sounds.
No. Oh.
You're talking about when you Wikipedia a word and then it tells you in brackets how to spell it in like weird phonetic language.
I thought there was an actual name for that wasn't phonetics though.
There might be.
We need an English language student really for this.
We do, but thank Christ we don't have one here. So what does it mean? What does it mean?
Throwing the baby out with the bathwater?
Yeah.
Trying to overcorrect something. So you've done something wrong when you were trying to fix something and you've basically thrown everything out, including the thing that was good.
You kind of got there in the end somehow. Yeah, it's just...
To be honest, he's explaining these better than I would, to be honest. Like, I feel like I understand them, but I don't think I'd articulate it as well as Will.
Just don't check out the nice shit with the bad shit.
Exactly. Like, get the baby out of there. But the bathwater is pretty good.
Exactly.
Wait.
Exactly that, yeah.
Moving on.
Like a nice stock.
Get the baby out. Save that water, though.
Wasteful. Right, finally. Thank Christ. Tie me up like I'm surprised. Let's role play. I wear what?
Tie me up like I'm surprised.
Tie me up like I'm surprised. Let's role play. I wear...
Tie me up like I'm surprised. Let's role play. I wear my chaps of stamina.
Of eminent stamina. Shockingly, no. Go on. Well, what is it?
I don't know, and I don't feel like I can ever do it justice. I can't do chaps of stamina justice, so I'd like to know what the correct line is.
It's tie me up like I'm surprised. Let's roleplay. I wear a disguise, and that's from Cardi B. WAP, which I believe means worship and prayer. It doesn't. It's wet.
Yeah.
It's wet ass pussy.
Oh.
Yeah. Why did you not know that, Eric?
No.
That's why when I said worship and prayer, his reaction was genuine. So I just thought I'm going to over-explain this one.
Oh.
Yeah, I took that on.
Oh, that's sad.
I took that on as
No.
Which is fair enough, because you can forget it immediately now. Now, shockingly, at the end of that one, Erik has 1 point.
for stealing a stitch in time.
Yeah, next to Will's 5. So at the moment,
Wow.
but I do have another segment coming up, which is going to be far faster and less painful for everyone but me. So there's still a chance that Will will have my finger in his ear next time.
Although, hang on, the point that I got was a bonus point. Is that better than a normal
means
point?
absolutely nothing in the context.
I don't know why that's so funny that you're trying to gain points in an arbitrary game.
What the fuck?
It's not
man?
arbitrary. There is a threat of violence.
It's not violence. I'm not going to be violent about it.
I mean, you're going to have to be violent about it to succeed.
It's more of a threat of violation of personal space more than anything, really.
I'm not going to just sit back and let it happen.
While succeeding, I won't be violent. Prior to, possibly, I'll just hit you with an iron bar.
You won't even know that it's
Yeah,
happened.
you'll just wake
It'll
up.
knock you out.
You'll wake up with my finger in your ear, and then just as you, oh, what's happening? I'll remove it.
Excellent. Wow.
There's a lot of dogs that look like the Hoops.
Is that Gargamel from the Smurfs?
I'm a little bit unsettled by the Hoops.
He looks like he's a feisty boy.
Do you remember the Hoops?
No.
I remember the concept. I don't remember what they look like.
Blue and green and pink and things. Basically, I don't know, cuddly toys that live on a bus. It's just cuddly jippos.
I really hope that wasn't how they were marketed.
Everyone's favourite cuddly jippos.
Pretty much it. Cuddly
jippos.
musical jippos.
Oh well, that makes it better. They're musical.
Yeah, there was always a song. Well, the engine did the song.
The engine did the song.
Yeah, every episode ended with the internal workings of the engine.
Oh my god, I think I'm remembering this.
Yeah.
And they were like, there was like 3 of them on like a big DJ booth. Oh my god, I think I'm remembering
their
this.
heads were basically like tambourines.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah, they
Yeah,
do
there
have
was-
like heads like tambourines. Yeah, I remember this.
That was just for the end. That was just the end song. But the main thing was the actual Hoops themselves, which look like a lot of dogs look like the Hoops actually.
I just Googled them. All dogs look like the Hoobs.
Yeah,
Like really?
Pretty much, yeah.
there's a lot of dogs that look like the Hoops.
What is that? What fever dream have I remembered? How do you spell hoobs?
How it sounds.
Is it like WHO?
It's phonetic or possibly semantic.
I have failed. I've
H
spelled it
U with an
twice.
umlaut. BS.
Yeah, just like how it sounds.
Das Oobs.
Das oops. Beautiful. Thank you for this.
Looking at them now, actually, I'm a little bit unsettled by the Hoops. Like I remembered them relatively indifferently, but looking back at them, a bit creepy.
I wouldn't let one in my house.
No, I'd punch the fucker.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that tall. You
You can punch down.
just punch down onto them. You get your weight behind it.
I'm going to be very worried about whatever crap is on when my kids get to watch TV. Actually, to be honest with you, I think I'd be more worried that if I had kids. I don't know what's going to happen to them.
They'll only be half like you.
Oh, actually, that's a good point. They'll only be half me, so they've got a good chance.
I don't know. They could just turn out just like you. Sometimes that happens.
That does happen. Yeah.
Yeah, they might take nothing from Emily's genes.
I just clone them.
Yeah.
Today we were at work. They were talking about starfish and the fact that you can like basically get another starfish by like chopping off its leg, and then it can grow a starfish from it. And I was like, imagine if you could do that with people. You could just grow another person
Just imagine
by
like
doing
the
that.
starfish. They're like, don't do it again. Don't do it. Don't you fucking dick. You just go and just fucking chop my leg off again. And there's another one.
Exactly.
Jim 5. All right, Jim 5.
Would you ever do that if you could, like, chop a finger off or something and grow another version of yourself?
No, I feel like I'd just disappoint him.
Imagine how much you'd get done.
I'd hate the guy.
I'd hate him. I'd hate him too much. I don't need to deal with another me.
Maybe if during the growth process, while you're still the dominant one, you put something in place that means they're basically that you stay the dominant one. Like you put a shock collar on them or something.
Okay,
God.
so now we go into the morality thing, I guess.
This is why you did a morals quiz last time, wasn't it? Is it okay to shock collar your clone to remind them that you're the dominant?
You
True,
said
so
that,
that they remain
more
loyal.
cattle prods were needed. You fucking psycho. That was not me.
In B&Q, yes, B&Q should stock them because it's difficult to get them when you
So if it
control
were
your cattle.
if it were the range, it would be unethical. But because it's B&Q,
Oh.
it's fine.
Exactly.
Okay.
I feel like they've got better measures in place.
But anyway, go back to... So, Eric, you reckon you'd be fine if, you had your genuine subordinate version of yourself with your same age and memories until cloning?
I mean, I would like it to be voluntary on their part.
So you don't have to shock them, but you will if...
But I'd need that insurance policy. I don't trust me not to rise up.
You don't trust yourself to rally behind the chosen prophet clone and to rise up and take control over the...
Well, I know what I'm like. If I clone myself, that guy's it's just gonna bump me off and take my place.
So is it even worth it, considering, even if you have all these in place, it's still you, still thinks like you. Wouldn't you just be so scared all the time?
That's why I need the insurance policy, because I know if I was him, which I sort of am, that if there was this insurance policy that the other guy had, I'd be like, okay, I guess the best way is just to go along with it, and we just live this life together, get loads done, and we sort of like a double life, but a half life, really. Because we're both just doing half, and then the other one is just relaxing the other half the time.
Would you let it see your girlfriend?
Ooh, see, that's the tricky thing, is that any interaction that it has with anyone else, like, and vice versa, would have to know about. Otherwise, next time that you see that person, they might ask you about the time that you saw them before and you don't know. So maybe I'd just have to limit them to admin.
Limit them to admin.
Life admin.
All they do is unsubscribe you from emails.
If they could just fill in my national insurance forms and things like that, yeah. Oh yeah, they could do all the cooking.
Saying that though, I do enjoy a good bit of cooking. So
I do enjoy cooking, actually.
I think I'd enjoy cooking with. I think I'd enjoy cooking with me. Maybe that would be what I do.
That might be the
I think that might be the one time. Yeah, I think
that'd be cool.
Because I struggle to cook with other people. But I think the one person I could cook with is me.
Yeah, I think that'd be okay.
There you go.
Yeah,
it'd be the perfect pair for cooking. We could do.
You're a naughty little microphone, aren't you?
Oh, this is not quality content.
Thunder. My thing was because a couple of episodes ago we spoke about dreams, and I spoke about some of my dreams, and almost all but one of them was cut because it was sad. They weren't even particularly like scary nightmares or anything like that. It was just depressing. But the night immediately after that, I had the funniest dream that I've ever had. And I know it's the funniest dream I've ever had because I've never laughed in a dream before, I don't think. But I laughed my arse off in this dream. And Will, you were in it.
Oh no.
You didn't play a major role, but you were in it.
Oh, that's good.
So to set the scene, I'm on holiday with a group of people. There's one mutual friend. They organise the whole thing. It's their friends and me. I don't know them. I'm not having a great holiday at this point. I don't get on that well with them. Not in a particularly bad way. I just found them a bit boring. I'm not having the best holiday. They all go out. B and I stay behind because we're a bit hungover. I go to the toilet. I start to have a shit. It's a really long bathroom that we're in. So I'm about 8 meters from the door. B opens the door, walks in, and then goes towards the other bathroom. But she doesn't close the door behind her, and then I just see Will in the hall, and we just have a little, ugh, B, you didn't close the door. Yeah, goodness me. She doesn't close the door, I just stay staring at Will. So B goes into the other toilet, and she's in there for a few seconds, and then she comes out. She waddles out, doing the waddle of someone who knew full well there was no toilet roll, but went anyway, and then has to waddle round the house to where the toilet roll is.
Oh.
Waddles out at speed with one hand cupped out in front of her with a poo in it, and is mildly panicked by the situation. She just waddles out, poo in hand, and doesn't know what to do next. And
you just stood there watching it.
I sat there because I was on the toilet myself. I burst out laughing because she's obviously distressed but holding a poo and waddling. She comes over to me as if I might help in some fashion. But I'm like, I'm on the toilet. I can't do anything for you right now. She plops it onto my head and waddles off down the hall. And I am bothered that there's poo on my head, but I found the whole thing so funny that I didn't really deal with it. Because if you're already having a poo, you can't deal with the poo on your head. You just got to finish having your own poo, sort yourself out, and then deal with the poo that's on your head. I felt it's just in the. I've never found a dream so funny while in it.
Just the experience of just just to being lightly placed on top of your head.
Yeah, she just waddled towards me, like really, not seriously distressed, but clearly panicked by what was going on, and just out of confusion, just plopped it on my head and waddled away.
I don't know why I was there. That was
I don't know.
strange.
You just made an appearance just to have that little awkward interaction.
In the event that actually happened in real life, and she'd waddled away, and you'd cleaned yourself up, what would you do when you saw her next? Like when you go into the living room and she's there, like fucking nothing had happened. What would your opener be?
Well, I spent the rest of the actual day, not the dream day, teasing her about it. Because it's absolutely how she would react. I think what was so funny for me is that it was so believable. It wasn't that divorced from reality, and that's what made it so funny.
Excellent.
I think the panic was when she waddled in is that it wouldn't flush, and her reaction to that was to just scoop it out and run out of the room.
How big a poop would that have been?
It wasn't a big poop. I'm assuming it was a technical issue with the toilet itself, rather than like it fit in her hand, and she's got quite small hands. But yeah.
Also, weren't you on the toilet?
I was on the other toilet.
Oh, other toilet. Oh, there was multiple toilets.
There was a toilet. You walk into that toilet, and then there's another door off of that goes to a different toilet. And then opposite from that door is a hallway that leads to the third toilet, which is where she waddled off towards after she'd placed the poo on my head.
Where are you living that has 4 toilets? Like
toilets.
3.
This is my dream Airbnb, is what it is.
It's just a house full of toilets.
It's, the floor plan in my head from the dream is pretty much just this whole wing of the house is just toilets, just interconnected toilets. And I went into the first one I reached. Well, I think at that point I thought B and I were the only ones in the house, and I wasn't expecting to see Will.
No, I just followed you on holiday. I'd hidden in your luggage until this very moment, ready to burst and ruin your poop, apparently.
But
Well,
yeah, I
was
just
fun.
wanted to throw out that not all of my dreams are upsetting. I woke up so happy. I woke up giggling, essentially.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Eric, right? That's really funny for you, and I'm really glad that it was amusing. But at the same time, a lot of people, if they'd had that dream where they wake up and their girlfriends put a poop on their head, they'd be mildly distressed, confused, and some even a little tickled. And I'm worried. I'm worried that's the peak of your dreams. A minute.
I think that's a nice peak to have.
That's a great peak.
I think any more would be emotionally draining.
Yeah,
but that in particular is a nice one.
But yes, that was my talking point. Sort yourself out and then deal with the poo that's on your head.
Falti sfalto, faltiglie. Llandidlo.
Why not make this one of my talking points? I had a fairly unhealthy enjoyment of just making situations extremely awkward previously.
Mm-hmm.
And I would find
Very nice.
me finding things funny was better than everybody involved having a good time, because apparently I'm just a selfish bastard. But anyway,
a healthy habit.
yeah, absolutely. But there was this one time, there's this girl who we weren't dating, but we were. I think there was an element of seriousness there, which is why I introduced an element of not seriousness. But anyway, there was one time we were having a fairly lovely evening. And as things were happening, I stopped us and I went, I want to try something. And she looked really excited. And I turned on a speaker and I started playing The Lime and the Coconut by Nilsson.
The lamb and the coconut.
And then I started back at it again. And I genuinely couldn't carry on because I was laughing so much at how angry she was. That was the thing I wanted to try. To the point where she got so angry, she lost wood, I lost wood, she left, and I genuinely didn't see her again. And you know what? I don't regret a single thing. I think it was better than the sex.
You wanted to try putting the lime in the coconut and mixing it all up.
Yeah. Now let me get this straight. So yeah, it was fantastic.
Oh, that's the thing of beauty. I'm so happy.
Now, the Lime and the Coconut song is not a long song. Did you have to loop it?
Is it not?
Did you?
I think is it not like a 4-minuter?
Oh, I thought it was only like a minute and a half.
I thought it was a 4-minuter.
Maybe your version.
How long do you think how long did she last with the coconut and the lime before she decided?
Yeah, before it.
She was immediately angry. I'm not going to lie. She was excited until I turned the Bluetooth speaker on. So she was excited, and then I reached for the speaker. She was confused. My phone connected. She was beginning to become irate. The Lime and the Coconut starts playing, and I turn around with a grin on my face. She is angry. I go back. I go back trying to pretend that nothing had changed. She gets angrier. She leaves.
I don't think that's the right woman for you. Any person that doesn't instantly go, oh my. Sir, I'm ready to mix it all up with you tonight.
That's not a bad point. That's not a bad point. It's a great litmus test for the weird out there.
I think on the end of the third date, you should have the lime and coconut test.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not saying that they should be on board with continuing.
But they shouldn't leave.
No.
They shouldn't leave. They should hopefully just find it funny.
I think maybe, I have thought about this before. I tell it like that was it. Like that was the first thing and the last thing. I think that may have just been the straw that broke the camel's back out of all the ridiculous things I had been doing across our time together.
No, but that's playful. I think that last one's quite playful. It's not ridiculous. It's innocent. Yeah. It's not like you are like,
wasn't weird,
and then you whipped out a ball gag.
Exactly. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
it wasn't like, and then you pulled back the curtain to your German sex dungeon, and she was like, maybe this guy's wrong for me. It was the cheeky grin, lime and coconut. Do you want to mix it up with me? Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much what I'm going for. That's my answer.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
that's exactly it.
I'm gonna assume that the intention of this was playful, and that you weren't gonna carry on with lime and the coconut on in the background.
There was almost no intention. It was almost psychotic. I had no plan with this. It just came to mind. I thought, this would be funny. I did it, and I didn't think about the consequences or where I wanted it to go.
A moment of brilliance or madness.
Yeah, quite possibly. But yeah, no, there was nothing going on in my head. There was no plan. There was just jubilance and delight at what I'd thought up.
To be fair, I think that's half the battle most of the time, is when you find it funny.
Absolutely.
And that's all you really
want.
I
said, I don't regret it. I think that ended the best way it possibly could have.
That's it. Yeah, that's a brilliant way to end a relationship.
Right.
I've never heard anyone end a relationship so perfectly.
Vaguely mutual. Yeah. I think the last thing I said was, seriously, whilst trying not to laugh, and that was it.
and she, as she walks out the door, never to be seen again.
I mean, you say mutual. It was very much her decision, and you just didn't mind.
Yeah.
You're just indifferent either way.
Yes, my indifference to pretty much everything is the issue with it all. But you do get stories like that.
I would like to see how ridiculous of a song you can get up to, though. I was thinking Jerry Lee Lewis, Great Balls of Fire, because you shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much love makes a man insane. You broke my wheel. I want a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
What I would do with that, but I would turn it on and then I would not break eye contact or blink whilst mouthing the words perfectly until it finished.
I think the staring deep within the soul and mouthing the lyrics may be a step too far.
I'm going to preface it with, I think we should really get to know each other.
Do you think you could do it for the whole song without breaking?
I think they'd break
the minute they responded negatively, I would laugh. If they, for some reason, joined in, I reckon I could carry it through. But the minute I saw I was getting to them in some way and getting a rise out of it, I would break. I would break like Nana's back.
Interesting phrase. I thought this was just one of these many things that you'd got on your research of like the common phrases game that you were doing.
Have you know my research took me no more than 4 minutes.
And you managed to in the 4 minutes of researching phrases, you managed to end up on a Dutch phrase for bringing up things, old stuff.
It's just lists, man. It's just lists on the internet.
You didn't use the one that I gave you.
No, I didn't. Do you want to do that one for a bonus point?
Yeah,
if
I'll be able to steal it.
If Will doesn't get that, you get an extra point then, don't you? Because you're doing shit.
Yeah.
The saying in the original Turkish is "Baldiz baldan tadlidir." It means.
Why did that sound Welsh?
Because I wonder, man. I wonder.
Because he did it in his own Welsh accent.
Baldiz baldo baldidlia. Llandudno.
It means the younger sister is sweeter than honey.
What? Who gets a point for this? What is going on? Why is this a question?
Yeah, you didn't give him a question. You just said the whole thing.
I did. What does it mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you. What does it mean, Will?
The youngest sister is sweeter.
The younger sister is sweeter than honey.
I imagine it means like the fresher the thing, the better.
It means it's a lot more literal than
It
you'd
literally
think.
means if you've got two choices, go for the younger sister.
It's basically just a phrase to.
It's the grass is greener. It's the grass is greener.
For that situation where you meet a woman, you get taken home to meet the family, and then you realise there's a younger sister,
and she's sweeter than honey.
And
why do you know this lovely Turkish phrase?
Because a Turkish man told me.
It's just a house full of toilets
With a little drawing of a Mac 10 and some breasts.
It was almost psychotic. Trial 2.
Yes.
I call it Conquistadors.
Conquistadors?
Why? Conquistadors.
Oh.
It's really funny when you look at it written down.
I thought you'd like...
I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to go to Eric to answer first, then Will to answer, then I'll give you the correct answer and tell you who has the point. That's how it's going to go. There are 10 questions.
Excellent. Do we have like a time limit?
You have to answer pretty much instantly.
Is there a buzzer?
No.
I thought there'd be a buzzer to time me out.
I'll just yell at you until you stop.
I'm ready.
Just how I like it.
Question. Wednesday comes from the Norse Odin's Day. Odin was the god of what, Eric?
Thunder.
Will.
The god of gods?
Okay, that's incorrect. Big collars like the one Harry Hill wears. Question number 2. The popular bassist and tantric sex weirdo Sting's real name is what? Eric.
Jeremy.
Will.
Kevin.
The correct answer is Beth Thompson, whose son Will hates or something. Eric gets the point. Question number 3. The final episode... Shut up. The final episode of In the Night Garden ended in 2009, but why was production brought to an end, Eric?
The director, he was caught doing autoerotic asphyxiation in the microphone cupboard.
Sounds good. Will.
Dibble did something naughty in the night garden.
Okay, you both get a point for originality. Iggle Piggle was found guilty of war crimes and shot upside the head in The Hague. Number 4. If I turn left off Dalrymple Drive, what will I see? Eric.
Margaret Thatcher doing a Moonie.
Cool. Will.
A naked homeless man.
The answer is fuck you, that's what. You both get 0 point.
Oh.
5. Why is Wall Street called Wall Street? Eric.
There are walls.
Cool. Will.
There are no walls.
Okay, Will gets the point. The correct answer is 1972. What was the weather like last night, Eric?
Poor.
Will.
Still bad.
I don't know, it was dark. You both get 0 points. Sorry, what happens during a lunar eclipse, Eric?
Very little.
Will?
Not a lot. Slightly more than very little.
Okay, the correct answer is the shadow of the Earth passes over the visible surface of the moon, causing it to appear entirely black for a matter of seconds. Will gets the point there. What colour are my eyes, Eric?
Orange.
Brown.
Okay, a million exploding suns reflected in the calmest of oceans. Eric gets the point, I guess. Complete the sequence. 6, 17, 6, 18, 6, 19, 6. Eric.
William.
Will.
20.
Correct answer is onions. Eric gets the point. And the class, who is the cutest little mushroom you ever did see? Eric.
Dylan Moran.
Well,
Eric.
the correct answer actually is Eric. Well done, Will. Okay, and that finishes the quickfire round. You voted terribly. So, Eric, you ended that one with 4 points, culminating in, let's say that culminates in 6 points, given you had the bonus and you had the Turkish thing that we just gave you a point for anyway. Will, you came off last round with 5 points. That gave you 8 overall, so I'm afraid, Eric, I will be putting my finger in your ear next I see you.
I want you to know that I think you've previously described Eric as the cutest little mushroom you've ever seen, and that's the reason I guessed him.
It's possible.
I want you to know. I think you call Eric that occasionally, at least unconsciously, or subconsciously, not unconsciously. You don't just wake up in the middle of the night and I've been sat there listening to you, and you go, "Eric's a cute little mushroom."
That's the thing. Like, you know, he's there cooking in the kitchen. I'm standing in the hallway, staring at him, mumbling, "He's the cutest little mushroom you ever did see."
I'm sat just on the door's been opened and I'm just in the other corridor looking at you going,
over.
"What the fuck is this?"
You're
just watching
looking
Finn.
worried. Yeah.
He looks like he's seen the cutest little mushroom. And then from the other bathroom, there's B, watching Will, watching Finn, watch the cutest little mushroom he's ever seen.
Holding a poo.
Holding a poo.
Putting it on another Eric's head.
Oh, goodness me.
Not some pow pow or some.
But yeah, I got a hot head today. summer's coming, and I realised that long hair might not be the way to go.
Never told you about the time I gave my flatmate hot brain.
No.
No, you didn't. And I need to know what hot brain is first before you describe how you
Previously unknown condition. In the last flat we had, his bedroom was on a weird tilt, and it was uncomfortable to sleep on one side of the room because it felt like he was slowly sliding down out of bed. He wasn't, but it was noticeable enough for him to scooch his bed to the opposite side. Unfortunately, the radiator was also behind him when he put his bed there. We never really turn on the heating. We don't really need to. But there was one time where I was drunk and it was cold, so I came home. I'll put the heating on, and I forgot to turn it off. I went to bed and thought, this is lovely and toasty and warm. Little did I know that my flatmate, who was already asleep, had begun to heat extremely quickly because his head was centimetres away from the radiator, and he was out. He was out cold. He was out like a light. And I see him the next morning. And he's like, I woke up and I thought I was dying. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I woke up and it felt like my brain was cooking in my head. I thought I had a fever. I thought I had hot brain. And I was like, why? He's like, because the radiator was on and it superheated my head before I woke up, and I woke up ill. I woke up on death's door.
Boiled a man's brain unintentionally.
Yeah, I remember laughing so much I had to sit down for a while because I gave him I made a man think that he'd woken up. It was why you should put roasts in the oven. When it's heated up. Otherwise it'll get hot brain and potentially kill you. If it heats up gradually, hot brain.
Yeah, that's why you have to preheat.
If you want to say it like that, man, sure, you do you.
Incredible. I'm glad. I mean, I know that you're not painting yourself as the best flatmate in these episodes, if I'm perfectly honest.
I have never purported to be so.
But you've managed to stick with this one for several years.
He's a sucker.
He hasn't realised half of the pranks that you're doing on him are actually you yet. They're still in. Most of them are still in progress.
Most of the pranks, to be fair, were with a different guy, and that was accidental. I've never pranked this man on purpose. It was just hot brain. Twice, actually. The second,
you did it twice to him.
Yeah, but not on purpose. I just forget.
Surely the first time you did it.
You did the exact same thing again.
I thought it wouldn't happen.
What do you think? What do you think? You thought you were just going to mildly assault this gentleman inadvertently. Also, actually, you know what? None of this is on you. As soon as he got hot brain the first time, you can manually turn off your radiator.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, he could have just turned it off.
He could have just turned it off.
Why didn't he just manually turn off his radiator? Like when he wakes up and his brain's been boiled, surely at
maybe
that point
that's why. Maybe we boiled that bit away. Yeah. Maybe in whatever brain reduction he has left.
You performed non-invasive lobotomy on him.
Baked it right out of there. Fixed.
We faked the logic out of this man.
Okay, I think it might be time for a Geordie Reads. Ba, 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 ba.
Yes.
Oh, it's never time for
a Geordie Reads.
It's never time for this. Is it better than the Yorkshire?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was unfair.
That's subjective, by the way.
Thank you. What do you mean?
Better is subjective in that one.
It will be easier for you to read them, as they're all words. I'll say they're all words. The vast majority of them are words.
Are they all correctly spelled, at least? Not that that'll help me, but
I mean, you'll see. There you go.
Oh. Are these lyrics?
They are lyrics, yes.
Can I be told what this is prior to reading it?
I don't see why we should.
Why is that a thing?
I think we should just let you read it. I would say ignore punctuation in this one.
Ignore punctuation.
No, I think
Excellent.
Think about what makes you really fucking angry, and then for a split second think about boobs, and then read it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the moment of pure relaxation after full anger.
The moment anger turns to lust.
When
that's the emotion that I need.
You're fighty, but you're horny.
That's not the kind of mood I'm currently in. I'm mostly snoozy after too many beers. I need to remember how Geordies talk. I'll live for the funk. I'll die for the funk. I've gone Ned Stark. It's the wrong one. Ugh. What is it? What's the line that you use? It's 3:33 in the Big Brother house. I live for the funk. I'll die for the funk. All I want is bitches, big booty bitches. Used to sell crack so I could stack me riches. Now I pack gats to stop all the snitches. From staying in me business, what is? Relentless approach to know if I'm broke or not. Just 'cause I joke and smoke a lot, don't mean I don't toke the glot. 16 shots for my Geordies in the pen. Until me motherfucking meet again. Huh, I'm doing rhymes now. Fuck the crimes now. Come on, I've got real hard to find now. 'Cause I'm knee deep in beats in the Land Cruiser Jeep. With me Mac 10 by the seats. Jealous ass crackers in the blue suits. I'll make you prove that it's bulletproof. Hold your head, 'cause you hit the bricks. I got gin, mad bloods, and bitches sucking dick. The funk baby. Are you proud of that? Are you happy with yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Did you add in the Geordies bit, or is that there?
I changed that. I have another verse.
You have another verse. I feel
If
like
you'll humour me.
To all the ladies in the place with the styles and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical douches in your bushes. Who rock grooves and make moves with all the mammies. The back of the club slipping moe is where you'll find me. What? The back of the club, Mac and hose, my crew's behind me. Mad questions asking, blunt passing, music bashing, but I just can't quit because one of these honeys Biggie's got to creep with. That's right, sleep with, keep the EP a secret, why not? Why blow up the spot? 'Cause we both got hot. Now check it, I got more Mac than Craig, and in the bed, believe me sweetie, I got enough to feed the needy. No need to be greedy, I got mad friends with Benzies. C notes by the layers, true fucking players. Jump in the Rover and come over, tell your friends jump in the GS3. I got the Chronic by the tree, 'cause let go, I love it when you call me Big Popper. Throw your hands in the air if you're a true player. I love it when you call me Big Popper.
I know you do, man.
Can I please have context for this now?
So that was Biggie Smalls.
Wait, because one of these honeys Biggie got to creep with, is this another gentleman singing alongside Biggie?
No, that's him talking about himself in third person.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, as all the good rappers do.
Yeah.
Like X, who will give it to you, and Biggie.
Exactly.
Who will... No, I like to think that this is how he writes it as well, and he's put the... Is it the umlaut, the 2 dots, above the E of Moe, which I appreciate.
I mean, that's just the name of the thing. That's not just how he talks.
No, but I like to think that if he wrote it, I don't know if he'd do that, and I like to think he does.
I think he probably would, because it'll be on the bottle.
He's a sophisticated gentleman.
He puts 2 hearts above it, like when, when people dot the I.
Instead of 2 little dots, the 2 little
hearts, and colours them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, shades them in. That's how he writes his name, Biggie. With the 2 eyes as little hearts above the top. Yeah. And he always signs with a kiss. Kiss and a hug. Biggie.
With a little drawing of a Mac 10 and some breasts.
Yeah.
He's fried fish on
Good squill now.
It's on a constant 24-hour cycle.
Just like nipples.
Yeah.
I don't know about yours, but I think mine are
Every 24 hours, they're basically just new nipples. You just don't know about it.
They regen.
Yeah, it's like your liver. Every 7 years, new liver. Every 24 hours, new nipples.
Unless you put Vaseline on them, and then they last longer.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You
need to invest in some Vaseline.
If you coat them in Vaseline, that's why runners do it.
Because they like their lucky nipples. They don't want to run with some new nipples because they might not.
me lucky nipples.
Sometimes if they fall off during the race, much like eating the old what's it after childbirth, they have a nice nipple sandwich.
And sometimes if it's going badly at the start of the race, they'll be like, these lucky nipples aren't working, so they'll just rub the Vaseline off and go for the new nipples and see if they do any better.
They'll deep fry the old ones and have them as little chipples.
Nip chips. What fantasy land have you created, sir?
It's hellish.
Excellent. I'm happy for you. If nothing else, I'm happy for you.
The deep fried nipples is the tip of the iceberg in Finn's fantasy land.
It's the nip of the iceberg.
Stop it.
Ellen Goodman once said, "There's a trick to a graceful exit. It begins with the vision to recognise when, fuck it, I don't care, and you've stopped listening now. Get out of my living room, you ruined the fucking carpets!"
To all the ladies in the place with the styles and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical douches in your bushes. Ugh, who rock grooves and make moves with all the mammies. The back of the club slipping moe is where you'll find me. What? The back of the club, Mac and Hose, my crew's behind me. Mad questions asking, blunt passing, music bashing, but I just can't quit because one of these honeys Biggie's got to creep with. That's right, sleep with, keep the EP a secret, why not? Why blow up the spot? Cause we both got hot. Now check it, I got more Mac than Craig, and in the bed, believe me sweetie, I got enough to feed the needy. No need to be greedy, I got mad friends with Benzies. C notes by the layers, true fucking players. Jump in the Rover and come over. Tell your friends jump in the GS3. I got the Chronic by the tree, cause let go. I love it when you call me Big Popper. Throw your hands in the air if you're a true player. I love it when you call me Big Popper.